In the face of adversity, the human spirit can demonstrate extraordinary resilience and an unyielding will to survive. This is not just a saying. Time and again, we've witnessed stories of people defying the odds, their survival instinct kicking in, and their willpower pushing them through situations that most of us can't even imagine. Today, we're going to explore this fascinating theme of survival against all odds. We'll be journeying through tales that are not just about surviving, but about the incredible strength of the human spirit. These are stories that speak volumes about our capacity to endure, to overcome, and to rise above the most extreme circumstances. We've sifted through countless tales of courage and resilience and have handpicked the 3 most astonishing survival stories for you. These extraordinary individuals didn't just survive, they triumphed over situations that seemed virtually impossible to overcome. Their stories are a testament to the power of the human spirit, and they remind us that sometimes the will to live can conquer even the most ruthless adversities. But before we embark on this journey, let's set the stage for the countdown format. We'll start with the 3rd most incredible survival story, then move on to the 2nd, pausing briefly to acknowledge some honorable mentions. And of course, we'll save the best for last, the most unbelievable survival story, our number 1 spot. Each of these stories is unique, yet they all share a common thread: the power of survival. They exemplify the strength and tenacity of the human spirit, the determination to live when faced with death, and the courage to fight when surrender seems like the only option. So fasten your seatbelts and prepare to be inspired, amazed, and perhaps even a little bit shocked. These are stories that will challenge your perceptions, tug at your heartstrings, and above all, instill in you a newfound respect for the power of survival. Let's dive into our countdown with the 3rd most incredible survival story. At number 3, we have Julianne Kupke, a 17-year-old girl who survived a 10,000 feet fall from an airplane. In the twilight of 1971, Julianne boarded LANSA Flight 508, oblivious to the turn of events that would soon unfold. The plane was cruising over the Peruvian Amazon, a vast green expanse, when it was caught in an intense thunderstorm. Lightning struck the aircraft, causing it to disintegrate mid-air. Amidst the chaos, Julianne, still strapped to her seat, began plummeting towards the unyielding Amazon rainforest below. Imagine the sheer terror of free-falling from 10,000 feet, the ground rushing up to meet you. The wind roars in your ears, your heart pounds, and your mind races. But for Julianne, it was a reality. Miraculously, she survived the crash, her fall cushioned by the dense jungle canopy. Waking up alone in the vast Amazon rainforest, Julianne encountered a landscape that was both alien and hostile, but she was not entirely unprepared. Her parents, both biologists, had instilled in her a basic understanding of the Amazon's flora and fauna. For 11 grueling days, Julianne navigated the ruthless jungle. She waded through waist-deep water, fended off insects and parasites, and survived on a diet of sweets she had found at the crash site. Her indomitable will and resourcefulness kept her going, and she followed a stream, hoping it would lead her to civilization. Her perseverance paid off. She stumbled upon a group of local lumbermen who were stunned to see her. Overwhelmed by her tale of survival, they took her to a nearby village where she was eventually rescued. Julianne Kupke's story is a remarkable testament to the strength and resilience of the human spirit. Against all odds, she survived a catastrophic plane crash, a 10,000 feet free fall, and 11 days in one of the world's most dangerous environments. Her survival is nothing short of a miracle, a testament to the extraordinary capabilities of human resilience and adaptability. Julianne's story teaches us about the resilience and adaptability of the human spirit. Before we continue our countdown, let's acknowledge some other remarkable survivors whose stories deserve recognition. First up, we have Louis Zaffarini, whose sheer tenacity saw him through a brush with death in a grueling desert marathon. His spirit and determination are a testament to the human will to survive. Next, we have Carlos Rodriguez, who, despite a horrific car accident that left him with a significant brain injury, didn't just survive. He thrived and became an inspiration to many. Last, but certainly not least, we have Aaron Ralston, the outdoorsman who, trapped under a boulder for 5 days, made the gut-wrenching decision to amputate his own arm to free himself. His story of survival is nothing short of extraordinary. Each of these individuals reminds us of the incredible capacity of humans to survive against all odds. Our number 2 spot goes to Wenceslao Mogel, known as the Bullet Man. In the annals of survival, Few tales are as gripping as that of Wenceslao Mogel, a man who defied the odds in a way that challenges our understanding of human endurance. Born in Mexico, Wenceslao's encounter with death came during the Mexican Revolution. He was captured by the opposing forces and was sentenced to a quick execution, a fate he accepted, preparing himself for the inevitable. The executioners did not hold back. They aimed their rifles and fired at him, not once, not twice, but 9 times. Each bullet meant to extinguish the life force within him. But fate, it seemed, had other plans. Despite the barrage of bullets, Wenceslao did not die. Although wounded grievously, he managed to maintain a flicker of life within him. His executioners, convinced of his death, left him alone. And that was when Wenceslao, with a determination that could move mountains, gathered the strength to escape. With bullets still lodged in his body, he fled the scene, hiding from his pursuers and battling the pain that must have been unimaginable. His journey to safety was a testament to the indomitable spirit of survival that resides in all of us. He managed to evade capture, survive his wounds, and live to tell his tale, a tale that would earn him the moniker of the Bullet Man. Even today, his survival is hailed as a miracle, a testament to the strength of the human spirit and the will to live. Wenceslao's story is one of resilience and courage. It's a story that tells us that even when the odds are stacked against us, even when we're staring death in the face, we can find the strength to keep going, to keep fighting, to keep surviving. Wenceslao's miraculous survival proves that even in the face of certain death, the will to live can prevail. And now, for our #1 spot, we have Frane Selak, the world's luckiest man. In the annals of survival, few names stand out quite like Frane Selak's. His story is not just about survival, it's a tale of defying the odds, time and again. The Croatian music teacher's extraordinary journey began in 1962 with a train ride that took a disastrous turn. A derailment sent the train crashing into a river. Frane was among the few survivors, having swam to the shore amidst the chaos. But this was only the first of Selak's many brushes with death. A year later, he was on his inaugural flight when a door blew open, and he was sucked out of the plane. Fortunately, he landed on a haystack and lived to tell the tale. 3 years later, in 1966, Selak found himself in another transportation disaster. This time, a bus he was traveling on skidded off the road and into a river. Once again, he managed to swim to safety. In the 1970s, Selak faced 2 more near-death experiences with vehicles. First, his car burst into flames while he was driving. However, Selak jumped out just before the fuel tank exploded. Later in the decade, another of Selak's cars caught fire, but he escaped unscathed once more. The universe seemed to have a strange way of throwing challenges at Selak, but he consistently rose to the occasion. In 1995, he was struck by a bus, but in keeping with his trend of miraculous survivals, he recovered from his injuries. A year later, he survived a head-on collision with a United Nations truck on a mountain curve by leaping into a tree and watching as his car plummeted down 300 feet. With each escape, Selak seemed to become more indestructible. His lucky streak, however, wasn't limited to survival. At the age of 73, he decided to try his luck at the lottery and won $1 million. Frane Selak's life is a testament to the power of survival against all odds. His story is marked by a series of unfortunate events, but each time, he emerged victorious, proving that luck may indeed play a part in survival. But it's more than luck. It's the will to survive, the refusal to give up, the determination to keep going no matter what life throws at you. Selak's extraordinary luck and survival instinct have earned him a place in the annals of history as the world's luckiest man. His story serves as a reminder of the strength and resilience inherent in the human spirit. Frane's unbelievable survival story shows us that luck can play a part in survival, but it's the will to keep going, to keep surviving, that truly defines us.